Peace and blessings, everybody. Hey, it's Ashante, Tay Queen Fernandez, and I am going to be doing a full moon reading for you guys. Sorry about the delay, but let me just get everything started. Get everyone invited. So you can all see. So today I'm going to be working with the Goddess deck and the Crystal deck. Just making sure everyone is invited, they're on their way in, all of that good stuff. So I'll be right with you guys in like 2.5. Okay, hold on. Let's just get this last. Alright, so that is good. Alright, you guys. So let's see where I can place the phone so you guys can see me. Don't see too much of me. But y'all can see me. Alright. So let's pull out. Where's my Goddess deck? Okay. Here it is. Okay. So I got the Goddess deck. And then, like I said, at the end we'll do 3 mini readings for everybody. So 3 of you will get a mini reading towards the end of the entire general reading. So hold on. Incense is kind of in my face. Alright. So these cards shuffled for you guys and open everything up. Hello. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's full moon is going well. Like you guys are enjoying the energies that are opening up. Knew I saw an angel card in here. It's like, can't fool me. Angel trying to sneak in with the Goddess deck. Okay. Alright. Let's get stuff open. Call upon Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel to be in the 4 corners to cleanse and clear this space. I ask that you open up a divine line of clear and truthful communication. All negative energies and entities be banished to the 4 corners now. You're not welcome here. Ashe. Alright. So let's see what we got going on for you guys for this full moon. Please give me a general reading for everyone on the live and people who will view this afterwards for the full moon energy in Taurus for 2019. Okay, this card wants to come out. That I'm also going to pull one of the crystal cards. I was going to do Dreams of Gaia, but I don't have enough time right now because they are just so in-depth. That was already running a little late, so sorry about that. I'm going to try and do more video readings for you guys more often. For those who enjoy it, let me know if you guys are enjoying the video readings, because I want to get into like doing more of them. It's just about carving out the amount of time that I need to really get them done. I'm thinking about doing some soulmate stuff. I know that's always a big peak of interest for a lot of people, so we'll see. Alright, so give us an accent card, please, from the Crystal Kingdom. Okay. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. So the first card that we have come up in the Goddess deck is Eichel, which is Medicine Woman. And it says you are a channel for divine healing power. And it's inverted. Now, this is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck, because it's actually one of my favorite goddesses to work with. Eichel, she is a, I believe it's Mayan. She's either a Mayan or Aztec. I can't remember which one, but she's one of the indigenous cultures to Mexico, the Mexico area, and like South Central and South America. And she is one of the goddesses who rules over healing, childbirth, and she also deals with just all of the womb energy. So she's a great goddess to work with if you want to tap into the divine feminine energy, especially when you're doing womb healing and womb work and stuff like that. And so she's represented in this deck as the Medicine Woman. And this energy and this card coming up inverted is always a reminder of the healing energy that you activate inside of yourself. The spiritual awareness of that higher ability to always not only heal oneself, but to heal others. And then the same vice versa, to help others and then also to heal yourself. So it being inverted is just a reminder of that particular energy, a reminder that you have that power, that you have the ability to go within. Maybe you might have been neglecting recently some of the things that you need to do to cultivate your healer energy, or some of you may be ignoring your path or just felt like you're not on the path of being a healer. Many people may be called to be healers or have some type of energy over their life with dealing with healing. Regardless of that, this card and this energy is just a reminder to reawaken to that divine power. Excuse me. Incense are choking me. Okay, incense, you look cool and you smell great, but I'm gonna have to move you over. And watch. I swear this happens all the time. I'm gonna move the incense, right? And for a period of time, they're gonna go that way. Then as soon as I start talking again and getting comfortable, here they're gonna come back around into my face. It's like I can't win for losing. So here we go to the next card. It's Mother Mary, and it says expect a miracle. It says have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Okay, so this is a good indicator that you're going in the path of where you want to be. So maybe you might not have been manifesting on the highest level of your healing ability in the past. If you just open yourself up and really spend some time communicating with the divine feminine energy that's within you, and that also helps and guides you, okay? and open up to that energy and be honest and candid about what it is that you need or what it is that you want from your life. What is it that you desire to see as changes, and the things that you need assistance with and the things that you need help with, because a lot of those intentions and a lot of that outpouring energy is going to be answered. And again, we have this card coming up as some of the energy around, let me see something really quickly, because I hope you guys can't hear my neighbors because they are so loud. Ugh. But anyway, forget that. So again, like I said, anything around the energy of manifestation, there's a lot of energy that's been coming up around manifestation and around abundance. And as we saw in the previous reading, if you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, the 11/11 reading, that's been a big piece and a big part of the energy that's been going on lately. So there is this energy that is saying, okay, here you go. Here are the answers to some of the things that you've been desiring, the answers to some of the things that you've been looking forward to. Some of those breakthroughs are going to be happening around this time. The energy that's going on is a very influential energy that's going to maneuver and help a lot of people with the areas of finance. It makes sense because Taurus, and finance and prosperity, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus deals with love, relationships, as well as prosperity. So you're dealing with prosperity or abundance or things that are coming to you, manifestation, attracting what it is that you want. The attractive qualities, the ability to bring in some of the things that you wish to manifest. So, but it's doing that in a way where you're sweetening yourself. You're creating this energy inside of yourself that is attractive and therefore brings the things that you need to you, okay? Rather than you going after everything and trying to hunt everything down. It brings that energy into you, okay? So, the next card that comes up is Maya, which is fairness. It says this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So anybody who's been going through situations or dealing with things that maybe there have been disputes, or maybe you've been just in certain situations where you may have been at odds with someone or disagreeing with another person, or maybe you might have been you feel like you've been treated unfairly. Don't worry. Everything is going to work itself out because this is Maya. Maya deals with balance. She deals with fairness, reciprocity, and justice. So this is the energy of that eternal balance. You see her with the scales can be likened akin to the energy of Libra, which is that balance energy. And she's an ancient Kemetic or ancient Egyptian goddess who helps to activate that particular type of energy. So not only are you dealing with the manifestation of things that you need, it's things going your way. It's situations turning out for your favor, even though there may have been dispute energy, or there may have been a time where it felt disheveled, or it felt imbalanced, or it felt like the odds were stacked against you. This energy is coming in to reinforce. And it's really interesting because you have, so all of these goddesses that we're seeing here are celestial goddesses of some sort. Ichel deals with manipulation of the weather and the heavens, but she also is a moon goddess as well. You see the star energy around Mother Mary's head. That's like the what they call the halo or whatever in Christianity. But if you see in this card, there are specific, I think you can see, there are specific stars that are around her head. That's invoking like a Mother Isis or a Set energy coming in. So you also see another celestial body sitting on top of Maya as she's dealing the justice, as she's making sure that things maneuver in the way that they are needed in order to be able to move forward in certain situations. So everything is working itself out. Situations are working themselves out for your highest good. The energy is there for you. Situations are going to go your way. Favor is coming to you. So all of those things are opening up during this time for this full moon. So just continue to stay consistent, stay steady inside of your own faith and your own ability, and having that faith in your own ability to attract and manifest the things that you desire. So we're looking, coming down to the bottom of this spread, and we're looking at the next card, which is Athena, which is inner wisdom. It says, you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. This card comes up inverted because there's an issue with some of you trusting that you know what is best for you. And then again, that's probably why this card is coming up, because when we doubt ourselves, sometimes it's helpful for us to interact with other energies on a higher level that can see things from a different perspective, a different lens, and then give us that assistance that we need in the ways in which we need it. But really, in an ultimate truth, you have all the tools that you need inside of you. You're born with everything that you need in order to face and successfully overcome each of the obstacles that are placed in your path within you. So it's about tapping into that inner wisdom, trusting this inner wisdom, trusting the fact, because it says trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So there may be some self-doubt about things that are going on, or you lack the faith that you need, or you feel that you need in order to accomplish certain things. That's an illusion. That's something that's not necessary. All you've got to do is start believing in yourself, tapping into your intuitive thoughts. Everybody has this gift. It's not something that's just limited to certain people. Some people feel like, oh, I don't have those particular abilities. I'm not somebody who's psychic, or I'm not somebody who's intuitive. Everybody has that natural instinct, that natural intuitive ability. It's just about how much you're willing to trust that, how much you're willing to cultivate that, how much you're willing to accept that. But you have all of the keys and all of the information and the awareness necessary for you to move forward. It's just about trusting that energy and allowing that inner voice to speak to you, and then listen to that inner voice. Whatever that inner voice is saying, don't argue with yourself. Don't argue with yourself. Don't come to the place where you're like, you know what you need to do, and then you're sitting there and you're trying to hold yourself back because it's an uncomfortable situation, or it's asking you to go above and beyond the call of the situation in which you're in. That's okay. It's okay to take that leap of faith. It's okay to go to the next level. It's okay to be able to tap into that. You have that line of wisdom. It's there. You're just not as aware of it as you need to be. There's some self-doubt energy that may be coming up, and it needs to be released, because also the full moon is about releasing energies. So when you do a lot of energy work, if anybody does energy work, especially with the lunar cycles, you know that, the full moon is a good time to start releasing energy. So it's a great time for you to get in alignment with yourself to the point where you're aware of whatever the energies that need to shift, that need to heal, that need to change in order for you to move forward, right? So letting go of that old stuff, letting go of that old energy that was stagnant, that was holding you back, that was making you doubt your own abilities, doubt your own success levels, whatever that was, it's time to release that, because you have all of the keys that you need within you. And that leads us to this next card, which is Freya, which is bold. And it says, unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. And that's exactly what I was saying. So because you thought you didn't have the inner wisdom, you thought you didn't have the keys that you needed, but you do. And now that you're aware that that self-doubt was just something, those were negative thoughts, those were old limited belief patterns or thought patterns that no longer hold bearings over the truth of what your life is going to be and what you choose to make out of yourself. Those are old limited belief patterns. Leave that behind. Allow yourself to unleash the true freedom and the true aspects of yourself. Don't be afraid. Sometimes you might have to say some things a certain type of way to certain people they don't want to hear. You might have to let go of certain situations or certain people who are holding you back. You might have to let go in order for you to soar, but that's okay. You can be bold and make those next choices and take those next calculated risks that can bring you and yield for you that return that you need. Invest in yourself. Invest in your own awareness. Invest in the well-being and the welfare of who you are, so that you can move and navigate and be able to do the things that it is that you need to do in order to succeed in your life. Okay, so we have Siege at the bottom of the deck, and she says quiet time. It's time to take take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And it's inverted. Again, there may be things that's going on outside of you that's bringing you away from the inner aspects of yourself or your inner gifts. And that happens because sometimes life gets so loud outside of us, or things get so hectic or distracting or limiting outside of ourselves that we forget about that inner practice and taking that time. You need some time for yourself. You need some time to think, contemplate, deliberate, plan, make your next moves. And that might require you again to go within and take some time away from the company of others, or away from some of the things that you're used to having as those crutches of comfort. But you're gonna go to a higher level if you allow yourself to be able to take that quiet time that you need. So carve out that time that you need for yourself to go ahead and do the things that are gonna bring you more return on the investment of yourself and the investment of your life. Okay? Next card that comes up is Azurite Expanded Awareness, and this is inverted as well. The Expanded Awareness card talks about opening up your energies, learning things after having gone through certain hardships and having seen certain particular sides of things that may not have been so savory, learning those lessons through those struggles or through those hardships, but then coming out on the other side with an expanded idea of who you are. So this card being inverted says to me that some people are still trapped inside of that old consciousness, inside of that old cycle. And again, like I said, I really feel so deeply that this full moon is really interconnected into releasing the old, releasing a lot of that old pent-up energy, because there's also a retrograde energy going on. So it kind of makes sense that you're going to be readdressing some of those things that you thought you already worked through, or you thought you already navigated through. But this energy is coming back up to reaffirm maybe higher levels of what that lesson was. Maybe you learned what that lesson was on one layer, on one level, but there's another level. There's a deeper aspect to some of this lesson that you need to learn. So really kind of don't be afraid to go through some of your old experiences and check in with yourself. How do I feel about that? Am I still making progress towards healing, or am I in a space where I don't feel so great about these situations, these traumas, these particular issues? And there's some changes that I need to make in order to allow myself to go through the healing process successfully. So that's what this card says. Again, the bottom of your deck over here again is self-love. So it's a similar message to what I was saying earlier. There is that need for bringing in that self-care, because There needs to be a reactivation. You can't continue to go outside of yourself and heal others without returning that energy and that same love back into yourself. And I was journaling this morning, and it was a very deep journaling session that I actually did. And there were some really ugly thoughts and feelings that were sitting in my subconscious mind that I hadn't been fully aware of. And I admitted those ugly feelings in a way that was healthy, in a way that was productive, and allowed me to address and confront some of those self-limiting, self-hating, self-loathing aspects of the ideas of where I've been and where I'm going. So see, if you can't address that past and address those issues and address those core problems that are holding you back from really getting to certain goals, whether it be in your health, your career, your relationships, whatever the aspects or your goals, or just be about yourself and your personal wellness and the quality of life that you're living. You've got to go deep sometimes, and it's not on the surface. It's not on the surface of where you're going to get everything done. Surface stuff is to allow you to be able to function in regular human everyday life. But sometimes you got to take that mask off and really deal with how you truly feel about situations. And again, sometimes it's not pretty, but you've got to bring that self-love into the situation and love on you, regardless of what others say, think, or have opinions about in your life. Love on yourself unconditionally. I will never have a problem with anyone loving anyone in this world. Some people have problems with how people love or how people communicate love with each other. That's not my problem. But my biggest issue is that in this world, people can talk about how much they love other people, but it's hard for them to talk about how much they love and accept themselves. Okay? That's the issue where we're getting into. So you want to talk about the different kinds of relationships that you can have, who you have those relationships with. That's all good and fine, but how is that relationship with yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you love yourself unconditionally? And are you aware of all the aspects of who you are? And can you really truly say to yourself, you know what, me, you are amazing, you are wonderful, you are lovable, you are deserving, you are worthy of all the good things that come your way. If you can't say that and have that dialogue and that inner dialogue with yourself, you need to go ahead and check some of that self-hating behavior, because those thoughts will linger in your subconscious mind sometimes and you don't even know they're there. So I'm not asking you, do you love yourself in a superficial way? I'm not saying, do you love, you think you're beautiful? Do you think this and this? Those are surface like, do you love yourself unconditionally? Can you forgive yourself of things that you've done that you may now, looking back on it, think, well, that wasn't great. I did something that I harmed myself, or I created a situation in which I allowed myself to go through certain things that I don't really think I needed to go through. But if you can say to yourself, regardless of that, I love me, because my journey is uniquely mine, and it has helped me to shape and form into this person that I am today. And regardless of the imperfections that I have, I love who I am. That's the key right there. So that's the messaging that is coming through for the full moon. So it's about love, acceptance, manifestation, moving forward, healing, doing that inner work, and really seeing some of those results. Okay, so I'm going to choose 3 people for this upcoming free reading. So 3 people. So listen closely. Please listen closely. So I want you to do this right the first time, so I can choose the 3 people promptly and easily. Okay, promptly and easily. Okay. So I'm actually just getting a pen out so I can write down the names. All right, so I want you to comment down below full moon in Taurus mini reading or full moon in Taurus mini reading, and then tell me what kind of reading you would like. So full moon in Taurus mini reading, you can say crystal, you can say goddess, or you can say love, okay? Crystal, goddess, or love. Full moon mini reading, crystal, goddess, or love. And choose which one you want. And I will do a mini reading with you right now, okay? So, comment down below. And let me start getting some of those comments in. And I'm reading them. And I will see what you guys have to say. This candle that I'm burning right now is healing a lot. Can I show you guys this candle? Look at this candle. Do you see this? Do you see how high that flame is? I don't know if you can see it, but that flame is high. Woo. Okay. All right, so let's see. Full moon in Taurus mini reading. Great. Brianna. Princess. And we need one more. Yes, when the card is upside down, that means there's an inversion. The card was upside down on purpose, honey. And Michelle. Okay. Oh, nope. Sorry. Hey, Michelle. Girl, hit me up in the inbox. I'll do yours for free. Just hit me up in the inbox. I'm not going to do it live, though. The next person is Patricia. Okay. So we got Brianna. Goddess. Princess. I know your full name, girl. I'm just not putting it out there since you don't want it out there. Love. And then the final one is Patricia. Patricia, you're going to do love too. Okay, girl. Okay, boo. All right, so we got goddess and two loves. So nobody wanted a crystal reading. Crystal is just feeling unloved and left out. They're just feeling left out. No, I'm playing. All right, so we're going to start with the goddess. All right. Let's see what's going on here. I'm telling you, this candle is doing all kinds of work. That candle is supposed to burn for 3 hours, and I tell you, the way it's burning is going to be finished before I finish this whole reading. It's a full moon. Okay, so let me clear it off. All right, open up. Call upon Archangel Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel to be in the four corners to cleanse and clear this space. I ask that you open up a divine line of clear and truthful communication. All negative energies and entities be banished to the four corners. You are not welcome here. Please give me a 3-card reading for Brianna. Ooh, telling you, that flame. Excuse me, ma'am, sir. Whoever's on the other side of that energy. Woo. Okay. All right. Your first card. And you tried to get 3. You tried to get some extra cards, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read you as the bottom. I don't play those games. Alright. So, Brianna, in the near past, you have the Sorceress card. It says, Brianna and Sorceress. It says, you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. And this is inverted. Now, this in the near past position is talking about recently in the past you've been holding back on your energy and the actual coming to full terms with your spiritual power and how you're able to navigate and move forward and really manifest inside of that energy. There have been some challenges or some blocks inside of that spiritual arena for you. And due to that, there may have been a reducing or a reduction inside of how you manifest your energies, how you manifest your spiritual power, and how you flex inside of that. And the issue can come down to the confidence and how to wield that particular power. Oftentimes we shut down our energy centers, or we shut down some of our own spiritual power and our attunement to that power because we're fearful of how that energy is going to make. I swear to God, that candle is like gone. Like I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by this candle because it's just amazing me that this candle is just doing that. I'm sorry. It's a full moon. Anyway, I shouldn't be. Whatever stuff, like okay, let me just I'm not trying to take a break and detract from your mini reading, Brianna, but everybody who is on the live right now, and everybody who's going to be watching this afterwards, if this video is meant for you, it's meant for you. There's going to be a lot of healing that takes place and stuff that, that was in the past. A lot of that stuff is going to be let go because this candle right here, the way it's burning, baby, I'm telling you that self-love is coming through. It's whatever barriers were stopping you from being able to do that self-love is coming through. So sorry, back to you, boo-boo. So Brianna, there is that block or that want probably to minimize some of the intensity of your spiritual gifting because that spiritual gifting you weren't able to fully handle, or you weren't equipped in the ways in which to fully manifest that energy in a way that feels good all the time. So that energy is there in the near past position. In the present card that we have Pele, Divine Passion. It says, be honest with yourself. What's your heart's true desire? So right now, and you see how this is inverted again. So what this is saying is right now, there's still a suppression going on. And I swear it just went normal again. Okay, anyway. So, I'm just looking at the candle. Like I was saying, there's a suppression in the aspects of yourself, of you being fully honest and fully aware of what it is that you desire, what it is that you want for your life. There's almost like you're trying to contain this energy. You're trying to bottle this energy in when you know that some of this energy needs to free itself. So honestly, if I were you, what I would do is I would go in my room and I would turn on some music and let it be some spiritual music, some tribal music, whatever's going to get you up and get you to dancing, some African drums, whatever it is. But you need to turn on some music and go in some tribal, primal energy type music, and you need to go and you need to get your entire life, okay, and just release a lot of that bottled up energy, because whatever is been going on for you, it's been suppressing a lot of your creative juices. That womb, honey, it needs to free itself. That creative energy, it needs to free itself. It needs to allow itself to be open so that you can explore new different things, so that you can release that old pain, so that you can really come to terms with the parts of yourself that you can't control. Because you see this Pele controls the energy of the volcano, honey. Okay, I know something about volcano, okay? You know, my family from Fogo, okay? On my dad's side, we live on volcanoes, okay? We fiery energy, okay? But you see, Pele, she controls the volcano. She is the energy of the volcanic eruption. And this is something that you cannot control. This is an energy that it is what it is. The volcano is going to erupt when it's going to erupt. And you can't control that. That's the energy that's going to happen. It's the passion. It's the energy of creation. It's the destruction and creative energy all together at once. Because as it destroys all the old things, new life can be planted in in the rich, fertile soils that come out of that volcano. So even though it looks like death and destruction, this is actually rebirth and new life. So if you can come to terms with the fact that death and life, those cycles, that's not something that you can fully control. That's not something that you can fully have that power or that dominion over, but you do participate in that wheel, and understanding that your power lies inside of that cycle, inside of that energy, that primal essence, and that primal force that moves you forward. You got to accept that about yourself so that you can then do the inner work that you need to do in order to heal. Okay, so we have Diana is the next card that comes up. It's focus intentions. It's keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions. Focus on your target and you will make your mark. Okay, so after you release all of that old, built up, pent up energy that was holding you back from doing what it is that you need to do, now you can make those measured, calculated movements forward. What is it that you really want? Because there are things that you truly desire. There are things that you truly want in this world, but you're not being fully honest with yourself about what those things are, because it doesn't feel sometimes like it's possible, probable, or logical for you to go down that path. But whatever that path is, you need to be aware that that's something that's ingrained into your destiny. You can't change that. You can't shift that if you wanted to. That's part of who you are primally. And as you're going through this journey in this life, you have to be able to step up to the plate to come and draw that inner strength and that inner wisdom, because you have that in your DNA. It's part of you. Strong women is something that's in your DNA. It's something that's there. It's something that's been there for generations. You have this gifting that's coming down through some lineage that you have, and it's very strong women. Now, some of the women, their strength may have manifested in other ways. Some of them may not knew the strength that they had, and it might have manifested maybe as mental illness, or it may have manifested in abusive tendencies or behaviors, but there is a primal power force there. So if you can learn how to use that, and that's some of the fear that's coming through too. Some of the fear is because there's some ancestral things that's going on. But if you allow yourself to really tap into who you are and know what it is that you want and go after those things without any reservation, then you're going to be able to make that mark. So my aunt's coming up at the bottom of your deck, and she said everything's going to work out in your favor, baby. I got you. It's balance. It's here. The balance is here. Don't you worry about feeling out of control. I'm going to make sure that the doors are balanced, that the situations are balanced, that the gateways are now open so that you can feel and fulfilled in what it is that you need to do. All right, so that is your mini reading, girl. Sorry, that's why I like to do this stuff on the full moons and things like that, because, you know, it just be open and just be channeling and should just be getting some extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, good luck, Bree, on that whole journey. And, you know, I know it's not always easy, but you have all the power and all the strength that you need inside yourself. Don't even let any of those negative thoughts kind of come in and chalk you out of your power, because you have it. You have that power inside of you. All right. So, we gonna move on. So, Princess. The next reading is for you, my dear. My dear. I don't know if that was your ancestor coming in with some Caribbean ass energy. Sometimes that happens. I felt that. Felt it in my spirit. Felt it in my spirit like some rice and peas. Yes. All right. Here we go. All right, please give me a love reading I'm going to say your real name in my head. Okay, Ashay. Ooh, there's so many cards that want to keep coming out. Okay. Okay, the first card that comes up is this could be the one. And it says you've already met the romantic partner that you seek, okay? Now, this is in the near past position. So in the near past, you may have felt like the person that you were with or the person that you are with is the person that's the right person for you. You might have had this connection, or you had this like deeper relationship with this person. Like, this is the person I'm with. This is who I'm going to be with. This is where we're going. Okay, with that, the courtship was, regardless of what the nature of the relationship is now, the relationship was serious. It was something that was a deeper connection that allowed you, and that's going to be really the key here. It's like they're saying to you, it's beyond what you understand. You were connected to someone, or you're connected to this person in ways that's beyond what you're fully giving it credit for. Okay, and that's why it's going to be hard to heal all of the different things that are coming up from this whole situation here. Okay, the love, the next card, it says it is safe for you to love, and it says open your heart, okay, to give and receive the highest energy of all right, and it says now it's safe for you to love, okay? So whenever you see that it is safe for you to love card, it's because at some point you felt like it was unsafe for you to love. You didn't feel like the relationship was something that was supportive or beneficial for you. They're saying don't close your heart down because of the experiences of this situation. Don't allow anything else to take you from you. Open up your heart. It doesn't matter if it's about, and again, I feel like this is again kind of an affirmation of self-love, more than it is necessarily around somebody else. But they're letting you know that your heart chakra doesn't have to close down because of the situation that you're going through, or the situations that you've seen, or the situations that you've been in. Okay, so the next card that comes up is unrequited love, and this is in the future, and it says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, and it's inverted. So that's the big thing that you had to realize that's going to help you in fully healing yourself. There was not enough energy, there wasn't enough chemistry, there wasn't enough congealing pieces, and that chemistry is something that, and that compatibility is something that, it's a very advanced and peculiar and unique science, because sometimes you can be compatible with somebody at some point and then outgrow that person, or that person outgrows you, or you guys shift in energy and nature, and that becomes something else. So the unrequited love card is coming up, and this is just like, look, the energy ain't mutual, the feelings aren't mutual, and that through that realization that there's parts of that just weren't congealing, it just wasn't working out the way in which it needed to, that's where the healing aspects are gonna come in. Okay, so those are the cards for you, my dear. Let's move on to Patricia. What did I tell you? Look at this candle. I'm telling you, I ain't y'all friend. Look at this candle. See, there's no candle left. It's almost done. I told you it's going to be finished by the time I finish this reading. Anyway, so let's go on to the next one. Okay, Patricia, please give me a mini love reading for Patricia. Near past position. Here's the card that comes up in the near past. It says chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay? So whoever this person is in your life, there's a deep, strong chemistry with this person. This person, you may have had a long-term relationship with this person. This person, like, it's almost like I see two people, like they're feeding each other, like different fruits and like different kind of, that's something that I'm seeing that ain't even in the card. Yeah, so it's like two people and I see them like feeding each other like sweet things, like sweetness. It's like there's an energy that's like a deeper connection. It's beyond like the physical. It's not just physical attraction. The chemistry is like, it's deep, it's palpable. It's something that's like magnetic. It's just gonna bring you in. Okay, so this is again, we're talking about a significant relationship. We're not talking about something that's just like, a fly by night or something that's coming around. This is a very deep energy to this relationship. Okay, the next card is stay optimistic about your love life. About your love life. Your positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So if there's, and this is in the current position, if there's any level of you that's been feeling like, okay, I'm not sure where this energy is going, there's a feeding or an opening of the energy that has to come in from your own thought processes. Maybe you're thinking about the situation in a way. If you have problems with negative thoughts, if you have problems with anxiety or dealing with things from the perspective of not feeling safe, always like things are going to work themselves out, or feeling like things are going to be in the best interest or the highest interest for you, there's a need to stay optimistic, because the situation is going to work itself out. It's just there's a rough patch, or there's an energy that's going on within this, because whatever the commitment is, or whatever the commitment level is, there's some discrepancy there. There's some healing that has to take place from like the rudimentary emotional level. And I'm looking at some of the other cards as I say that. But again, like I said, you need to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So there's a need to clean up some of your thought processes about how you feel about the relationship as well as love. The next card is a wedding card, and it's inverted. It says this situation involves marriage. So even though it's like normally this card upright, I would read as like, okay, maybe you're going to get married. This situation involving marriage in the future position could mean that you're either in a marriage with this person, okay, currently, and there's like some rough things that are going on, or there may be some tumultuous energy, or there may be some of those challenges may be coming up ahead of you. Again, the bottom of the deck says healing family issues. So whatever it is, it's about healing through and navigating through some of these deeper emotional things that are coming up. Again, marriage is not just something, or like a deep committed bond, like long-term relationships. It got ebbs and flows to it. It's not always great and it's not always bad. It's just there's that choice and that decision to work through situations, to work through things, and to come together in that union and work things out. Okay, but the energy that's here, the root core, or some of the root core of the work that needs to be done. Yeah, and as I'm looking at this, and yeah, okay, so I'm just, as I was saying that, there's two flames inside of this candle that I'm looking at, and the two flames split apart, but they came back together. So it's like, that's how marriage is. It's sometimes you guys are on the same path and in the same road, but other times there's energy or issues with you guys being able to sync up. Really look at some of what those deeper issues are within your own childhood, within how you grew up and how you resolve energies, or what examples you saw as a child of the energies of relationship, commitment, and marriage. And then also your partner has to reevaluate those specific things as well. And if the energy is not healthy, it's not there for you guys to be able to have that healthy interaction that you need, then some of those source problems may come from how you grew up or how you were conditioned around emotional relationships, okay? But that's the energy that I see there. All right. So that is the readings for you guys. Please go ahead and check out my website, GemineHolistics.com. Go to the services tab and you guys can use my 50% off code Ancestral888 to get a 50% off on any services. That's Reiki, readings, health coaching, spiritual coaching, all of that great stuff. So make sure you guys go on over there and check us out. If you guys want more readings, let me know down below. If you guys are interested in soulmate readings, type soulmate down below and I'll come back, and if I get a good enough response inside of this video, then I will do soulmate readings based on the elements of your zodiac signs. So I'll do like air signs, and I'll do earth signs, water signs, and fire signs, and we can do soulmate readings for that. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down below. And as always, I love all of you. Stay blessed and feel loved and feel empowered. And I hope that this full moon energy really helps you to elevate to the next level of yourself. Peace and blessings. Make sure that you guys like and share this video with all the people who you think it will help. And if you guys have any questions for me specifically, feel free to reach out in my inbox and I'll be with you guys shortly. Michelle, inbox me. I already have some inboxes coming in, so I'm going to go answer those right now. So love you guys so much. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.